Hey everyone, this is Chelsea from the Allen County Public Library, and welcome to our first adult summer reading program. This is called Tell-Free Recipes, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a vegan and vegetarian dish today. The books that we're going to be using for these recipes is Vegan 101, and this is by Heather Bell and Jenny Engel. And then we have our Tasty cookbook, Tasty Latest and Greatest. These are both available at the library, and you can stop by and pick them up anytime. And I'm going to show you our dishes that we have for you today. So for our first recipe today, I'm going to be making a roasted veggie quinoa bowl. And I've made a variation of this before at home. I really like quinoa. I like roasted vegetables because it gets me to eat all the colors of the rainbow, as you can see here, that I don't normally get in my everyday diet. So these are a great recipe to use to get that kind of nutrition that you might not be getting in all of your other meals. And it's also just a really light dish that you can have for lunch. If you've had a big lunch, maybe have it for supper, or if you want, you can have it on a side of roasted chicken or whatever that you want to do. I won't tell anybody. But I've got this ready. So what I've done is I've cut everything up, sliced the carrots, diced the peppers, cut up the broccoli and the red cabbage, and I've drizzled some olive oil over top. I've also put salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, just kind of sprinkled it over to give it a nice flavor. And I'm going to put this in the oven that is set at 425. So this will bake for about 20 minutes. Okay, so while your vegetables are in the oven roasting, you're going to want to go ahead and make your quinoa. So I made some quinoa earlier, and all you have to do is boil 2 cups of water and 1 cup of quinoa, and follow the instructions that are on the packet. I won't go into details just in case there's a variation, but you just boil it like you would rice. And if you don't want to try this quinoa, you can probably just use a brown rice and it'll taste pretty much the same. But you'll want to go ahead and get that cooked and mix up your dressing that's going to go over top your vegetables and your quinoa. So I've gone ahead and mixed mine up, but I'll tell you what's in here. I have 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. I have 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I have some minced garlic and minced ginger and a little bit of pepper. And I've just mixed all of that up and make a nice dressing that's going to go over top everything and give it a really great flavor. So I just got my vegetables out of the oven and they look just like they're ready to go. The carrots are just soft enough. They're not too firm, not too soft, so I took them out a few minutes earlier than the recipe said to. But I've also got my quinoa here ready to go. It's already plated, and the recipe says that you can put the quinoa and vegetables together and put them in the refrigerator for up to 4 days, and then keep the sauce in a separate container and drizzle over when you're ready to eat. But I'm gonna go ahead and have this ready and eat it now. So that's a good thing to know about this recipe, so that you can make it ahead for later in the day, or you can make it for lunch for the rest of the week. So that's some options for you, but I'm gonna go ahead and plate this. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. So I've got some carrots here and some of my cabbage, got some of my roasted broccoli and red pepper. So we've got all the colors of the rainbow, and that's always important when you're trying to eat healthy. So we're gonna put that all on top like that. You can see that looks really yummy. And then I'm going to take my sauce here. I'm gonna give it a good stir just to make sure all of that garlic in there and ginger is all mixed up evenly throughout there. I'm just gonna drizzle me some over top. That looks so good. And it is ready to enjoy. Okay, Okay, so our last recipe was a vegan recipe, and now we're going to take a recipe from the vegan cookbook and make a vegetarian recipe. We couldn't find all the ingredients locally that are vegan, so we had to kind of modify it so that it is just vegetarian. But this is kind of swept TikTok. This recipe has, it is a CBLTA, which is carrot, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and avocado sandwich. So I've got some of my carrots already sliced up here, but I'm gonna show you what to do to get your thin carrot slices. I'm not a carrot bacon expert. I've done the best I could. They should be kind of thicker, so your first couple swipes through might not be the best, but once you get kind of down into the heart of the carrot, you will just kind of go slow because it can get away from you, and I'll just kind of work my way down. Whoops, see? You do your best. And get a nice thick ribbon like that. So that is what one strip of carrot bacon will look like. And I wasn't able to get all the way through my carrots because I don't want to slice a finger off. So I'll just kind of run around each side until it gets kind of to the center of the carrot, and I set the center of the carrot to the side, and that makes a nice cooking snack. Or you can put it in your compost if you don't want carrots. But either way, that's how you make the carrot slices. And you just slice them into a bowl like this one. And then I poured the seasoning inside here. So what's in the seasoning is 2 tablespoons of some neutral tasting oil, and I use canola oil. I also have 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, 2 teaspoons, the recipe calls for sherry vinegar, but I used some red wine vinegar. We also have 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. They call for vegan, but again, I couldn't find vegan Worcestershire, so we just use regular. And then also half a teaspoon of liquid smoke, and then some smoked sea salt. So, and a little bit of black pepper, which I didn't do, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. So we just put all that in here, and then I give it a good toss with the tongs, and we will place them in our little parchment covered cooking dish right here, and they'll go in the oven at 400 degrees. Okay. So I have now baked my carrots, and I've put them on this beautiful sandwich. I have my lettuce, tomatoes, I have some mayonnaise on the bottom, sliced up avocados, and then my carrots on top, as you can see right there. And I will say, from my experience, I burned the first batch, but from my experience, you really need to have really thick sliced, not super thick, but a thick shaving of the carrots if you want to get them cooked like bacon and not like burnt carrots. I've tried them, they taste pretty good. They are not bacon, I wouldn't say, but it's a fun experience and fun experiment to try if you are into trying new things. If you have some carrots laying around, why not try this? It's a good sandwich to have for lunch. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this. I really love this quinoa roasted vegetable thing. It is very good. I recommend that one. And carrots are good too. I just need to tweak my carrots and make them a little thicker so that they don't burn and they cook the full time and get nice and crispy for me. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and we will see you next time for our next adult summer reading program. If you haven't signed up, be sure to do so. Either stop by the library and sign up, or you can click the link in the description of this video on YouTube and sign up there. We'll see you next time.